Hi, welcome back to International Business. Now we are at topic number 7. Specifically, we discuss foreign direct investments. The first questions we may ask is, what is FDI? What is foreign direct investments? Foreign direct investments occurs when a firm invests directly in new facilities to produce or to markets in a foreign country. At least we need to know that there are two forms of foreign direct investments. Number one, the greenfield investments, which is we invest in new operation in a foreign country. Number two, acquisitions or mergers with existing firms in the foreign countries. So in here we can acquire a firm's existing firm in foreign countries, or simply we merge between our firms and another firm in foreign countries so that we can have a merger. There are two ways to look at foreign direct investments. Number one, we need to understand the flow of FDI or the flow of foreign direct investments, which is the amount of foreign direct investment undertaken over a given period of time. Number two, we also need to understand the stock of FDI. The stock of FDI is the total accumulated value of foreign owned asset at a given time. So these two you may differentiate whether, for example, a country receive a foreign direct investments within a year of 200 billion US dollars. This is the flow of FDI. Whereas the stock of FDI is the accumulation of that value from one given period of times to another given period of times. So it may increase the value of the foreign direct investments. So in terms of flow of foreign direct investments, we can look at this flow into two. Number one is the outflows of foreign direct investments, which is the flow of foreign direct investment out from a country. Number two is inflow of foreign direct investments, which is the flow of foreign direct investment into a country. So we have the money coming into a country. Another one is the foreign money coming out from the country. So we have outflow and inflow of foreign direct investments. Okay, now you may ask questions. Why do firms choose acquisitions? Why do firms choose merger as opposed to greenfield investments? So now you may ask question, why I need to choose new operations, or why I need to choose the current business already operated in the foreign country by or through acquisitions or merger. So you have two options here. For your information, most cross-border investments is in the form of mergers and acquisitions rather than greenfield investments. Meaning most of foreign direct investment in this world is by or through acquisition and merger. Why? Because in here we understand that firms prefer to acquire existing assets because of some reasons. Number one, mergers and acquisitions are quicker to execute than we start the business from the scratch, which is the greenfield investments. Number two, it is easier and perhaps less risky for a firms to acquire desired assets than build them from the scratch, from the ground up. So for any firms to start a business in a foreign country, it is easier for us and perhaps minimum risk that we may face if we can start from the existing business as opposed to starting from the new ones. Number three, firms believe that they can increase the efficiency of the acquired unit by transferring the capitals, the technology, or the management skills. So now you may think that after observing one existing firms, you may improve the existing management of that firms, or you may add the capitals, you may invest more money to improve the current or the existing conditions, or you may bring in the technology to improve the current company. So a lot of people, they believe that by taking or by acquiring an existing business or by having a merging with the existing business, we can move faster than establishing the business from the scratch. Okay, the question, why choose foreign direct investments? Why do firms make investment in other countries? What are the benefits of making investment in foreign countries? Why don't firms just export or sign a licensing agreement with a foreign company if they want to sell their product in other markets? Why we have to invest? Why we have to have foreign direct investments? So simply question is, why do firms choose foreign direct investments? This is a big question. Okay, because we are comparing between the two other entry strategies. Of course, for your information, we have a lot of entry strategies that a firm may choose when they want to decide or when they want to start a business in a foreign country. The easiest one is by exporting, and the next one is licensing or franchising. We also have the turnkey projects and others. But in these sessions, we are comparing only two entry strategies, which is exporting and licensing. So why FDI? If you compare with exporting, export can be limited by transportation costs and trade barriers. So it depends on the distance of your exporting country. If you export from Malaysia, for example, to US, it's very long distance. Of course, the transportation cost will take higher than exporting to Thailand. So the trade barriers of the host country, maybe different country, they have different barriers. So a lot of limitations. Of course, there are some advantages of exporting, but here this is the limits of having exports. The next ones, FDI may be a response to actual or threatened trade barriers. So we don't have trade barriers by having foreign direct investments, almost zero. For example, the import tariff, we don't have import tariff because we do investment locally. So there is no need for import tariff or quotas. Second one is licensing, because firm could give away valuable technological know-how to a potential foreign competitors. As you understand, through the licensing, the company give everything, especially the technological know-how, to a licensee, to our partner. So you may imagine, after the contract finish, our partner understands better than us in their local market. So in the future, through licensing, means you are creating competitors, you are creating business enemy. So this is very dangerous for business. Secondly, licensing does not give a firm the control over manufacturing, no control over marketing and strategy in a foreign country, because everything done by the licensee. So you give the license, the licensee will do everything in terms of manufacturing, marketing and strategy in the foreign or in the host country. Number 3, licensing, the firm's competitive advantage may be based on its management, marketing and manufacturing capabilities.